So good morning. I'm going to talk about this community-driven localization organization in Chinese for Julia, which is JuliaCN. This is our logo. You probably see me the other day. This is me. So this is actually a pretty historic. This organization actually have a pretty long history since 2013, just right after Julia was created. As you can see, we have some core members from the Julia as a Julia developer, and they're actually pretty well known. Like Jiahao and Xianyi are very early member of this organization. Vera just joined this year. And our organization creator unfortunately disappeared a few years ago somehow. We start to discuss the propagation, and we try to spread Julia in China from this 2015 issue. That's when I joined the org. And we started to host annual workshops or meetups across China. And we're going to host this Julia workshop next month in Beijing as well. So if you happen to be in Beijing, don't miss it. And the goal of this organization is not just to make it easier in China. We want to bridge all the Chinese speakers all together and more. I will talk about what is more a bit later. So now I'm going to talk about Vera's missing data on the first day. When he was doing the survey. So why he was saying China is underrepresented. So this is the top 5 countries that have most users access to JuliaLand.org, which is English. And as you can see, the users from China is just the 4th largest group of accessors. However, this is not true. If you look at the Chinese version of JuliaLand.org, which is maintained by us, there's almost 26,000 people viewed this website in last 6 months. If you put it back here, which will be the 2nd largest community in our community. But where are these people go? You never see them on the discourse. You never see them in the Slack. Where are these people? So this is mainly because not everyone can speak English well, and not everyone can read English well. And the growth of Julians in China has just suddenly shown up a lot of people since last year. As you can see, when I started this QQ group from 2016, and suddenly almost 1,000 people suddenly show up in this chat room from last year. And we have this daily almost 1,000 users to use our Chinese discourse every day. So if you have a Julia package, there are probably a bunch of Chinese users that do not actually can get any help from you. And they are probably complaining every day in native language. In order to help people, we started to build this Chinese documentation. It is a community-driven project. Nobody is in charge. We just build the infrastructure, technical infrastructure, and I'm just keep annoying people. Hey, you just please help me. We need this documentation. And it seems my annoying sort of works. So as you can see, it has helped to, there's like 26,000 people have used this documentation in past 6 months, and all from all over the world, not just China. And even more amazing, it also helps Korean people. They find Google Translate works much better on the Chinese documentation rather than English one. And it's driven by the community. So there's a lot of contributors for this effort. And we're gonna to announce this localization prize this year, which is next month, which have all three creators' signature here. I'm sure a lot of Julians will envy these people. So we built this Chinese course. So as many people know, there's a bunch of internet issue in China. So how do we work around that? We build this mirror service inside China, and we build up a local server, which have this discourse, the Chinese version of JuliaCN.org, and this local Julia registry mirror. So people can directly download the Julia packages, which if it's written in pure Julia, directly from China. So not only about localizations, there's also a bunch of projects emerging in the community. So as a lot of people might know, the JetBrains IDE in Julia is actually first created in the Chinese community, because and it immigrated to the official IDE org later because people started complaining, why the documentation is in English, is in Chinese, I can't read it. And so I passed this complaint to the original author. He says, okay, let's make it more English. And also, some people may know this ML-style and Py2Julia package. The Py2Julia package is a transpiler that help you to transfer your Python code to Julia, so you won't want to use Python anymore. But well, we have all this progress since last year, but there's also problems. So currently, the banner dependency issue is something complained the most. It's really hard to mirror all the binary dependency at the moment, and people, for example, one of the package people complain most is the GR, because GR's dependency is hosted on some university server, which does not have very good connection to people in China. You have some sort of latency and speed is slow. And also one problem is lack of funding. In the past 4 years, we completely have non-funding. And we have a little bit of funding since last year. And also lack of Chinese tutorial and advanced materials, which cause there's less users people or engineers hired to start Julia. And then companies started complaining, well, Julia is a nice language, I want to use it, but how do I hire people? And then with a lack of serious application. So we start, I want to in the end, thank our top technical contributors to the whole infrastructure, Glimminuk and Juntian. They're not only contributing to the infrastructure in this localization effort. You probably will see Glimminuk in CXS.jl and a bunch of other C++ binding. And a special thanks to Swarm.org, because we're the only sponsor since last year for us. And I think we could also help many other localization groups from technical aspect. So if you're interested in doing localization, feel free to file issues in the organization GitHub. Thank you.